A living soul isn't called for, a living soul demands life. A living soul doesn't obey mechanical laws.
The deepest secret nobody knows.
Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous.
And thought of him since, like the steam hammer that can crush a man, or patent eggshell in his combination of strength with gentleness.
What do you mean, less than nothing?
Things rank and gross in nature possessed merely, that it should come to this.
With a bald spot in the middle of my hair, they will say, how his hair is growing thin.
Dare disturb the universe. In a minute, there is time for decisions and revisions, which a minute will reverse.
That I can keep your counsel and not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge.
Ere you come to the truth, I am a man because I err. You never reach any truth without making 14 mistakes, and very likely 114.
I morbidly represented to myself that if Joe knew it, I never afterwards could see him at the fireside feeling his fair whisker, without thinking that he was meditating.
I do not recall that I felt any tenderness of conscience in reference to Miss Joe.
In this place, of a fixed purpose, because it is the clue by which I am to be followed into my poor lap.
How all occasions do inform against me, and spur my dull revenge. What is a man if his chief good and market of his time be but to sleep and feed?
Our soul feels, sees, turns towards the source of all light, turns naturally and inevitably.
I begin to think that I almost understand how this comes about.
Go in pursuit of several hairs at once, and you will not secure a single one. Science, however, tells us, love yourself before all others, for everything in the world is founded upon self-interest.
I walked away at a good pace, thinking it was easier to go than I had supposed it would be.
Each time he found himself looking on the level instead of downward into Adelta's face, he felt humiliated.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here—
There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day.
She jumped up and looked at him trembling. But at that moment she understood, and a light of infinite happiness
of bad reason for what one believes by instinct. As if one believed anything by instinct. One believes things because one has been conditioned to believe them.
Out of my thoughts, you're part of my existence, part of myself. You've been in every line I ever read since I first came here.
And here's no great matter. I have seen the moment of my greatness flicker, and I have seen the eternal footman hold my coat and snicker.
Thoughts, you're a part of my existence, part of myself. You've been in every line I've ever read since I first came here.